So first Trump said this right here.
Don't take Tylenol. Don't give Tylenol to the baby after the baby's born. Every time the baby gets a shot, the baby gets a shot. They say, here, take a cup of Tylenol. I've heard that for years. Take Tylenol. Don't take Tylenol. Don't have your baby take Tylenol. Now, Tylenol is fine for people that aren't pregnant, that aren't in a situation that would.
Hey, has anybody ever heard that before? This is my first time hearing it. I never heard it before. I say to myself, I've heard so much bad stuff about Tylenol, not necessarily for kids, that I try to just go through my pain not to take. But plus, it don't be working sometimes depending on what's hurting. You just feel like you mess around and unallow yourself by mistake. Like, yo, I need 8 more of these. It don't be working. I don't know what it be, right? But I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm not with the conspiracy theory stuff. However, don't it always seem like the pharmaceutical companies is up to something?
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
Yo, bro. Hey, yo.
You're crazy.
Yo. Tylenol is a company, not a drug. Good catch. Tylenol is... Okay. Yo. So what's the name of the drug? I don't get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm confused here.
Tell me, good. Peanut butter jelly, good. Peanut butter jelly. There she go, the lady of my dreams.
Something just clicked in my mind crazy. So Bayer is the company, right? Like Excedrin is the company, right? But wait, if Tylenol is the company, they just named they... See, I'm all confused. Now I'm looking at it like, yo, when Jay-Z was signed to Rockefeller, imagine if Jay-Z name was Rockefeller Jr. It then Myth Bleak would have been Rockefeller Jr. Jr. Acetaminophen, yeah, that shit right there. Okay, but the thing that they call Tylenol, can we really link this to autism? We're gonna let Trump finish, and we're gonna some doctors down here responding to it. Somebody responding to it. We're gonna see what they say.
Specific situation. If you're pregnant, don't take Tylenol. When you have your baby, don't give your baby Tylenol at all. Unless it's absolutely necessary. Don't do it. Don't take Tylenol. Don't give Tylenol to the baby after the baby's born. Every time the baby gets a shot, the baby gets a shot. They say, here, take a cup of Tylenol. I've heard that for years. Take Tylenol. Don't take Tylenol. Don't have your baby take Tylenol. Now, Tylenol is fine for people that aren't pregnant, that aren't...
Now, I think it go like this, make it. I don't think Tylenol created autism. I think a lot of things might have something to do with autism. So you know how at the end of every pharmaceutical commercial they tell you all the side effects, right? So all that, because he's saying it's linked to it. Not that it causes it. So all it is that I say 50 women give Tylenol pills to their kids, but only 3 of them have that effect. Then you will have 47 other women out there like, well, I gave my kid Tylenol and it's okay. But in the next 50, it'll be another 3. So with things like that, it's like I think it's more like that. Like, yeah, you might could give your kid Tylenol and nothing happen. But you know what I'm saying? So it's probably a low chance. But maybe they just figuring it out. We're gonna see what doctors talking about too. We're gonna see.
Situation that we're talking about one very specific situation. If you're pregnant, don't take Tylenol. When you have your baby, don't give your baby Tylenol at all. Unless it's absolutely necessary. Don't do it.
All right, man. I see some. I just see some. Here we go. Doctors right here talking about it.
You pay thousands in rent each year and should
Bang,
be
bang,
rewarded
doodle
for it.
stain.
Pay rent with Bill to earn the industry's most valuable.
We begin tonight with the President of the United States promoting a link between the risk of autism and the active ingredient.
So you heard a link between the risk. So I mean, hey man, like we just finished talking about parents that like, so it's like, hey, you the decision is in your hand. It could be a risk sometime, you know what I'm saying? Hey man.
In an over-the-counter pain and fever medicine. The president, flanked by his health secretary, Robert F. Kennedy, told pregnant women to only use Tylenol if they can't, quote, tough it out. The announcement of a link is drawing criticism.
And let me tell you something, bro. I kind of rock with RFK. I kind of like, when RFK be talking about it, I kind of want to lean in the direction. Now, I don't know if RFK told Trump to say that, right? But the other thing I think about is, why? Is Trump beefing with Tylenol? Like, did they got smoke or whatever? I don't know. Like, is this like they social media beef? Like, all right, yo, a word? Hey, yo, Tyler. Hey, yo, y'all playing with me? Okay, cool. Like, what if, like, I'm not saying that this happened. But, yo, what if Trump had, like, a mean migraine or a headache, and he took, like, 3 Tylenols, and they ain't work, and he like, yo, man, they been getting over for too long. Yo, I'm about to cook something up on these boys and put it out there, man.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
Yeah, buddy. All right.
Criticism from scientists and doctors who say there's not enough evidence to back the claim. CBS News medical contributor Dr. Celine Gounder joins me now. Dr. Gounder.
Now, pay attention to what he just said. There's not enough evidence to back the claim. So if you understand what be going on sometimes, like a lot of stuff got to do with research, right? But the people that do the researchers get funded, right? And sometimes they get funded by one company or the next company, and it's usually like, yo, I'm gonna give y'all a perfect analogy. And everybody who is an adult with a regular mind, especially nowadays with all the like trials and stuff that's happening live for us, like on TV, and people just understanding like, or watching the serial killer docs, all that, right? You ever see when the state hire the psychologists rock with the state? Yeah, he's insane. There's something's up with this guy. Every time the defense hire, they go with the defense. Hey, yeah, this guy, you see, do you get what I'm saying? They both got the same degree. They might have went to the same school, but somehow, some way, they going along with the person that's giving them the money. Ladies and gentlemen, I hate to tell y'all this, but that's what doctors do too. That's what your physician, who you feel like love you, do too, right? But with some things, especially with the pharmaceutical companies, me, myself, I start to say, hey, man, where there's smoke, there's fire. Because, like, y'all remember the movie Devil's Advocate? Now, I would assume if the devil was out here maneuvering, making moves, like, I could see him being at the top of a pharmaceutical company. Like, if I'm the devil and I'm on Earth and I'm about to be a CEO, Oh, for sure I gave y'all the Roxy's. For sure that was me. For sure I threw them irks down there on the ground. Yeah, I was walking around. They was falling out my socks and pockets, the CEO. Yeah, for sure I gave the people that. I flipped the whole Devil's Advocate movie to, he wasn't a lawyer. He was the CEO of a pharmaceutical company. What y'all said? That's what he asked. That's what what my name would be. Booed Satanstein. So me, the CEO of Budemia Pharmaceuticals, Booed Satanstein. I asked my scientists, I'm like, yo, so y'all saying this gonna hook everybody? Y'all saying this gonna cause like an epidemic? It's gonna be wild people out here? Like we gonna knock down big portions of the population? They like, yeah, Mr. Sainstein, and this is why we don't wanna. And I'm like, yeah, you fired, and I'm going full DI. I'm going full DI, hiring the homies. Hiring the homies. I think it's already good. Just add a little bit of extra or whatever they already added in there, but I think it's good, man. Oh, I'm on it. No, that's if I was whatever.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
Let's just start with the basic question. Is there a proven link between prenatal use of acetaminophen and autism?
No, John. The best evidence we have does not show that Tylenol causes autism. They cherry-picked a couple studies that they thought backed their claims. They ignored the lion's share of studies that argue against Tylenol.
Okay, so she basically says it there for you. She says they cherry-picked. Basically, they picked the studies that leaned in the direction of saying that and overlooked a bulk of studies, or maybe the majority of studies. But I ain't worried. I wanted to ask, see, like, you remember when Cardi B was talking on her spaces? I heard spaces where a lot of people could talk. I guess, you know what I'm saying? I guess you could, like, click people on, let them talk. She just talking to her fans, so she could just say whatever she want. There's no questions in there. Like, nobody can say, like, when she said the thing about not listening to nobody can say, hey, Cardi B, are you telling us that we should never listen to child psychologists ever? Because that's a question that somebody can ask. And then, you see what I'm saying? So, right there, like, so there are people who have the same credentials as you that's saying the opposite. But why? How could that happen? Wait, some of them went to, y'all both was at Harvard at the same time? Did this, imagine if you found out that the person that said that graduated higher than this. You see what I'm saying? Or so it's like, look, I don't even want to say it. My channel ain't big enough, right? But as a country, it's been a few years. We went through some, remember we was in the house, we had to be inside in LA. It was crazy stuff. We all thought we might not even be here. All right? Think about those moments and think about where we are today. And then just open your mind. Because I always say, I was so spooked. I was a full germaphobe for a little while. I know my family probably was like, he's really taking this serious. Like, they lucky I wasn't a billionaire because I'd have went to outer space. They got me in such a, I would have went to outer, I probably would have been in outer space to the whole pandemic was over, gang.
Causing autism. The best recent study argues against a causal link. This is a study from Sweden looking at siblings, 2.5 million births. And when they compared siblings, so they're controlling for family genetics and other risk factors, they found no association with autism and ADHD. And I also want to note major medical organizations continue to advise that Tylenol can be used during pregnancy These are the people who care for and about their patients. They have no political points to gain here.
What's your biggest concern then about what the president and his team said today?
The president said multiple times that there is no downside to not taking Tylenol during pregnancy, other than a mother would have to tough it out. And that's not actually correct. I worry that this will scare women and that pregnant women may avoid Tylenol even when it's entirely appropriate. So, for example, to treat a fever. Fevers and infections during pregnancy can cause neurodevelopmental disorders, including potentially autism. And
wait, yo, there you go. So when you I guess if you get fevers and infections and stuff, I didn't know Tylenol for infections. But I ain't that smart. Y'all know me.
Born in the 80s, crack baby.
I ain't even know. I thought Tylenol was for like if you just had a headache or some kind of. I ain't know like that. So my fault anyway, right? But imagine if you taking wild Tylenol and it's not working. Now if you taking wild Tylenol and it's not working, getting the autism. And I ain't have to go to Harvard to tell y'all that.
Tell me. Peanut
It
butter
don't
jelly.
work.
Peanut butter jelly. There she go, the lady of my dreams.
It don't work. That's my. Hey, man.
guess what? Many women will take Tylenol when they have a fever or an infection, but it's not the Tylenol that's causing the problem. It's the fever or infection. Tylenol remains a go-to option during pregnancy. Other medications like aspirin and ibuprofen can cause heart and kidney abnormalities in a fetus, especially if they're taken in the third trimester. So Tylenol is your best.
Wait. So it's an issue with ibuprofen, and what's the other one? Wait, ibuprofen is a wait, hold, somebody tell me, is ibuprofen an acetaminophen too, or is ibuprofen the company? All right, she said something else. I feel like I'm familiar with that word of mother. I feel like I was familiar with that word.
Medications like aspirin and ibuprofen can cause.
Wait, is aspirin an acetaminophen? Because if aspirin is an acetaminophen and ibuprofen is an acetaminophen, then what's the difference between those and Tylenol? And then I gotta beg the question that, hold on, just hear me out, that if you go back here during this conversation, it's totally unnecessary to have that right there, if you can see what I said, because it's like a Tylenol ad, right? And then I would wonder if Tylenol's kicking off money to this whole group here. So I want to know, is ibuprofen an acetaminophen? And is aspirin also an acetaminophen? Because if so, ain't they the same thing as Tylenol? See what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking, hey, we getting a degree out here.
Appropriate. So, for example, to treat a fever. Fevers and infections during pregnancy can cause neurodevelopmental disorders, including potentially autism. And guess what? Many women will take Tylenol when they have a fever or an infection, but it's not the Tylenol that's causing the problem. It's the fever or infection. Tylenol remains a go-to option during pregnancy. Other medications like aspirin and ibuprofen can cause heart and kidney abnormalities in a fetus, especially if they're taken in the third trimester. So Tylenol is your best first-line option.
See, man, I don't even
and
know
the
about
next line option
trimesters
for
and
pain
stuff, yo.
would be opioids.
Dr. Celine Gounder, thank you so much.